Hi, Norman Hallett here with your next 4-minute drill for traders. As you know, I talk often about the importance of maintaining a positive expectancy as a trader, believing in your heart that you are destined to make a consistent profit as a trader. The greatest challenge to your positive attitude comes when you experience deep drawdowns. So it stands to reason that if you can keep your overall drawdowns in your account to less than 10%, you'll be able to easily maintain your positive expectancy. Now, why do I pick the number 10%? Because if you keep your drawdowns at 10% or less, then recovery to even is still around 1-to-1. You see, if you have a drawdown in your account of, say, 25%, then you need to see a 33% gain for your remaining equity to get back to even. If your drawdown is a crazy 50%, then you need to double your remaining equity to get back to that even point. It's hard to stay positive when you have to double your money just to get even. You got to avoid that. When you keep your drawdown to 10% or less, you only need a 12% gain to recover fully, and that's very doable in the short term. So in the end, the best thing you can do to maintain your positive attitude and a growing account balance is to keep your drawdowns to a minimum. And the key element to keeping your drawdowns low is proper position sizing combined with a well thought out and tested exit strategy. And as a trader, you want to do two things. Keep your losses as small as possible and your winners as big as possible. This means having two different exit strategies for trades that are winning and trades that are losing. On the winning side, I found it best personally to apply multiple contracts upon entrance, grab a quick profit with a portion of the contracts, and then let the remaining contracts run, using a trailing stop that is strategically placed and adjusted as the market moves in my favor. On a losing trade, I of course also apply multiple contracts to start off with, and if the market is moving against me, I have a timing mechanism that lightens up my exposure by getting out of a portion of the positions, and I don't wait for the initial stopping point to be hit, the one I set at the beginning of the trade. That timing is 2 bars worth. If I'm trading a 30-minute chart, then I need to see an advance in my direction by the time the next 2 bars are spent. Since I enter on the exact beginning of a bar, I'm waiting for that bar, that first bar, and then the completion of the next 30-minute bar to see movement in my direction, 2 bars, okay? If I'm not seeing advancement in my direction, and I've spent those 2 timing bars, I exit a portion of my positions, like half. The remainder I leave in for another bar. And if I don't see any advancement in my direction in that bar, then I exit the remaining position. This works for me because my trading process requires that I see a movement in my direction quickly because my system is all about anticipating a jump in price. If I don't get that jump, I manage my risk closely as I described it. Now, the simple method I described may or may not work for you because of the type of trading that you do. But my point here is really that you need to spend extensive time developing and testing your exit strategy. And both winning and losing trades apply, and especially on losing trades. Keeping your losers small is the key element to keep your account balances high and keeping your positive expectancy high. It just makes sense, right? So, burn that number into your head, 10%. And if you find yourself experiencing drawdowns of greater than 10%, go back to the drawing board and figure out how to adjust your exit scheme or likely your position sizing so that those trading experiences that led to a greater than 10% drawdown would not have happened if you were using your new exit and position sizing scheme. Control your risk. Control your risk. Control your risk. And did I mention control your risk. The disciplined trader makes controlling risk the central part of his or her trading plan. And that's you, right? That's what you're doing, right? I knew it was. Okay, that's it for this edition of 4-Minute Drill for Traders. So until next time, stay disciplined.